Let's talk about the Bengals. They are actually the biggest favorite of any team in the NFL in Week 1 because they host a very young, a roster that has a lot of holes in New England at home in Week 1. That game's at 1 o'clock on CBS from Paycor Stadium. Bengals are they're in an interesting spot. You've got Joe Burrow on a long-term deal. You've had all this hubbub recently with Jamar Chase. Will he sit out? Will he not? He's practiced the last 2 days, so it does look like he's trending towards playing regardless of whether or not he has a new deal. T. Higgins is back. They lose Tyler Boyd. They lose Chidobe Awuzie. They lose Jonah Williams, but they bring in pretty solid replacements for all three of those guys. You've got Dax Hill moving to the cornerback position. You've got Jermaine Burton and Andre Yosevas stepping up at receiver. You've got a lot of new names. It's a bit of a new look Bengals team, but a lot of the same guys that have been there and done that. Joe Mixon is gone as well. Joe Mixon's in Houston now. So going to be interesting to see what the Bengals look like, but you'd expect them to take care of business Week 1.
I think with Joe Burrow, obviously, the Bengals are going to win this game, in my opinion. My thing about this game is how will the Bengals win this game? How is Joe Burrow going to look? If Jamar Chase is playing, what's that flow going to look like between Burrow, Chase, and Higgins, right?
Yeah.
I think this is probably going to be the last year where you have that core together, that Super Bowl core together, because T. Higgins is deservedly going to get paid. And I don't know if the Bengals either can or are going to be willing to pay T. Higgins that money. So for me, it's crucial that the Bengals not only win, but look good, have that offensive flow. And first-year offensive coordinator as well, I can't forget.
Dan Pitcher.
Yep, Dan Pitcher. Yeah. And I've been, hearing a lot of him on the Bengals YouTube channel. He's talking a lot.
He's very well-spoken.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be a head coach in a year or two.
Oh, yeah, and I'm very confident in what he can do. He's been with the organization for, almost a decade now.
Decades, yeah.
And so, again, it's the Patriots, right? You said a lot of holes. But I'm really excited to see how Joe Burrow looks, having not played since November, and how does he mesh with the receivers in Week 1.